Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 194 alongside Demian Maia, who meets Gunnar Nelson this Saturday live on pay-per-view. Demian, good to see you as always. This is a fight that people have been sort of dreaming about for a long time. If you look at the rankings, you guys aren't very close, but it's one of those sort of fun fantasy matchups. Is this one that when you were approached with it, when you were offered, you liked it, or you kind of thought it doesn't really make a lot of sense right now for me?
You know, I think even you said about that fight, a long time ago, but I think the thing is like, I wanna fight for the title again. I wanna get the title shot in 170. So if Gunnar is a good way to get on the title, doesn't matter. I hope just the people now. If I win this fight, I hope the people they give the right value, for that, because I won against Neil Magny, the last fight, and my ranking is still the same. I'm still sixth, And then he won Eric, and he won, Gastelum, and even Gastelum after the loss, he was 2 positions better,
Wow.
than he was. So, I don't know what's the criteria. I don't know what is happening. I just hope if I win this fight, I get a good, spot in the ranking. I'm already in a good spot, but I wanna fight for the title.
Did you hear about him a long time ago when he was doing his thing on the BJJ scene, coming up in MMA? Was this someone that you were like, wow, he's got an interesting style, he's good, I admire him?
Yeah, I saw him first when he first started in the UFC. A lot of people were talking about him, and since he started, he was doing a lot of, great work on jiu-jitsu, great fights and submitting people, and people start to talk about, oh, this guy with them and this guy with them. And then when the people were talking a lot about him, he lost to Rick Story.
Yeah.
So I think that's, hold him a little bit to fight with me, but now finally we're going to fight.
Can you say honestly, is he better than you in any point of MMA?
I think his striking maybe is a little bit better. I don't think I don't know how the game is going to match, because you never know, but he's more confidence than I am in his striking. But I think the grappling, I'm better than he is. But doesn't mean it's a big difference. I think he does pretty well. On his jiu-jitsu, he adapted very well to MMA. But I think he's still a little bit better.
Considering that, do you think that he's going to try to keep this fight standing? Or do you think ego will get involved and everyone wants to see you guys on the ground and he'll try to go to the ground?
Yeah, he said he wants to go to the ground, I think maybe if you look and see, his strategy will be like to keep standing. But he said he wants to go to the ground. He said he's not afraid. He said he wants to test himself. So let's see.
It feels like you're often in this spot. Like there's a young guy coming up and they say like, let's see how he does against Demian. And more often than not, you beat that young guy.
Yeah.
Do you like being in that spot or are you kind of tired of it?
As soon as I can fight for the title, for me really doesn't matter who I fight. I just if the people understand that the guys were tough, the guys like Raffler that I fought, the guys like Neil Magny, they were tough. It doesn't mean like because I dominate the fight or I submit the fight that they're not tough. If I win this fight, the same thing. I think the people just don't go and say, because before the fight, everybody come and say, he's pretty tough. He said he can beat you on the ground. Or, and then after the fight, I said, yeah, but he was not so good like that, So, and one day I said to the guys in Brazil, I said, hey, guys, look, you need to decide, he is good or not, Because before the fight, he was the best fighter, and he was going to beat me, and because he has a better something, like, and then after the fight, yeah, but he was not so good, he was ranked, after you, so, what do you think about, I said, man, I have 8 fights in this division, right? 8 fights, right? I lost for 2 guys, Hori and Jake Shields. All the fights that I had besides, I think, Yakovlev were against ranked guys. Everybody was ranked. So, I just fought tough guys. And so I just want people to see that and understand that, you think Gunnar is tough, he's tough. But if I win the fight, you keep thinking he's tough, because he is tough, It's like Magny, Magny was proof of that right now, because everybody said, yeah, but he was so, he never, against a wrestler, blah, blah, blah. And then he fought Eric, he won well. And then he fought Gastelum, who is a good wrestler. And he is tough, Gastelum, but Magny is tough also. So I just want you people to see that to be good and be tough is not just people who talk or who pretend. It's just, if you look the fight and analyze the fight, you know who is tough and who is not.
You want more respect.
Yeah.
Final thing, I know you're very humble and you don't like to sort of boast about yourself and talk trash, but in the back of your mind, do you kind of want to submit this guy to shut up everyone and be like, look, you wanted this fight, but let's call it like we see it?
Yeah, of course. It's I need to take care very much. With my experience, I learned that. But when I start to get excited about, okay, I cannot submit that, but I need to, cool down and think it's a fight. I need to be focused. I need to be focused on what I'm being training, and I can't let my emotions run. My strategy. I need to do what I did. To do what I trained, and if the submissions happen, great. But my goal is to win the fight.
A pleasure as always. Good luck to you, Demian.
Thank you very much, Ariel.